Hello and welcome to today's taping video. So today we are focusing on just creating a little bit more extension in the thoracic spine, okay, just to keep us up a little bit. Remember, posture really poorly correlates with pain, and most of the time it's another kind of psychosocial factor that drives kind of posture-related pain. So try not to worry too much on posture. The only reason we really want to use this tape is to cue ourselves into extension, because what we do find, especially when people get a little bit older with hypermobility, is that the thoracic spine does start to stiffen up and you do end up kind of in a little bit of excessive flexion, or kyphosis as you can also call it. So this is just a nice way just to bring the thoracic spine into a bit of extension, open up all of the shoulder joints, more importantly, to keep everything nice and stacked, so that when we're doing overhead work, we're not going to get grating or clicking or clunking in our actual shoulder joints. There's also a lot of social implications for this, because what you find is the taller you stand up, people will interact with you differently. It's just what happens. So taping wise, okay guys, we don't need a huge amount of tape, we just need two. So just average size cut really. So for me, it's about the same length as my hand, okay? Two strips the same length as your hand will be fine. So our first strip is going on the thoracic spine, okay, which is here. I only really want you to focus on between, so there's headers, shoulder blades. I just want you to focus on the little section between the shoulder blades, okay? And this is slightly different tape to how we normally used to do it. So what I want you to do is as if we were going to tape the wrists. So you're going to tear two bits at each end and you're going to remove the middle section, okay? Because what we want basically is the tape pulling this way, not in just one kind of unilateral fashion. So with this, just move hand stuff out of the way, thank you. We're literally about 50% stretch, using our thumbs to pull it. And before it gets applied, this is the important bit, you're going to say, header, if you can lift your sternum up, if you can put your arms at 90 degrees, and if you can just very slowly externally rotate them. Good, that's the position we want. 50% stretch, tape goes on, okay. See how I've left the anchor points? So I'm going to pull the tape off this, give it a tap down, pull the tape off this, give it a tap down, give it a rub, get the adhesive working. Head is going to stay in that position. I'm going to get the other bit of tape, or wherever I put it. And again, you're going to do the same thing. Peel the edges off. Okay, middle section comes out. Again, using our thumbs, this time 60 to 70% stretch. And we're going to ask header to stay in this position, keep that sternum up, and we're going to ask her to pull her shoulder blades in a little bit. Not a lot, just a tiny bit. And the important bit is that we get each anchor point on the shoulder blades. Okay, so just there. Now, just press it down at the edges. Okay, so see how I've got a little bit of a space in here. We want that space. Pull the tape off, give it a rub down. Rub down, we've still got all of this here. And then what we want header to do is to just go into flexion. She's going, oh, not good. So if we come back up again, if you've seen that position, header, lovely. That's what happens, guys, if you're cheap on the tape. That's it, sternum up, header, shoulder blades in a little bit. Boom, stay in there. And then into flexion. There we go. And relax and stand up. Good. Now we've got a nice cross pattern pulling us into the position that we want us to be in. So, super easy. What you might also find is if you're the type of person who works from home a lot, or you sat at the office desk a lot, what'll happen is you'll start typing, and after a while you'll start to get pain. You can use this as almost like a kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just kind of a little alert system. Because what will happen is, as you type away, when you do start going into relaxed kyphotic posture, you'll feel the tape pulling, and it'll give you a little cue to sit up or just say, oh, well, now is the time I can get up, move around, you know, maybe go to the coffee machine, maybe go for lunch early, or just have 10 minutes, 5 minutes walking around the office just to wake myself up a little bit and just to move your tissue. Remember, when it comes to posture, there is no best posture. Imagine we took a 5-year-old child and we put that child in front of a computer desk for 8 hours. That kid is going to move around so much it's insane. That is how we're designed. We have this inbuilt mechanism that tells us when we should move, and it's called discomfort. Okay? So when you're sitting at a desk, don't worry about being upright constantly. If you've spent 5 minutes being upright, slouch down for 5 minutes. Put more weight to the left. Put more weight to the right. Your best posture is your next posture. You should always be moving into different positions. And it's not just humans. Animals do this around the world. You go into any field, especially in the UK, and you will see a load of horses standing like that, leaning all their weight onto one side, and then after a while, they'll move to the other side. We're not meant to be in the same position for ages, so just move into different positions throughout your workday. But this is a nice little tip, and just to cue you into getting a little bit more extension if you are lacking in this function. So, from me and Heather, guys, see you for the next tip video. Bye.